I usually talk about Pokemon cards, but today I'm going to talk about the games. As you can see, I played a lot of them. Full disclaimer, this ranking is going to be extremely biased towards this era of games probably because this is when I grew up. It's purely based on how much I personally like the game. And of course, as this is very subjective in my opinion, feel free to disagree. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone thinks the game is the best, and I honestly like reading about it. It's pretty fun to hear everyone's individual story with each game, so feel free to leave a comment. So, let's see who knows ball. Okay, it's nice that these are in order. I might switch over to a different template and do some of the spin-offs afterwards because I love some of the spin-offs. They're goated. I'm just going to go in order. Red and blue. Haven't played. Sorry. Too young. Same. Okay. I'm going to put Coliseum and XD in the have not played, even though I have played them a little bit. We didn't have a GameCube growing up, so I didn't really play them except for at friends' houses, so that's just out of the way. The rest of these I have. Ruby and Sapphire are actually some of the first ones that I played. I think I played Sapphire, my brother played Ruby. I still have both cartridges, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna put an A. I think I'll leave, maybe I'll set some rules, do like 3 max per tier, just so it doesn't fill up all the A or S tier, because I feel like that would happen. Fire Red and Leaf Green were really cool for me when I was a kid because I hadn't played Gen 1, and obviously like everyone just knew Gen 1 was a thing and knew all the Pokemon from it, but I had never played it until I got Fire Red way after it came out, so I think it was pretty cool to play. Emerald is goated for sure. I'm gonna put it in S. Just, I don't know how this is going to break down at the end, but Rayquaza was introduced, super cool, and I feel like Gen 3 was just really, really good, regardless of which game you played. I mean, it was just great. Diamond and Pearl is tricky, because from an objective standpoint, I know they're not the best, well-made games, but from a me standpoint, those were some of the first games I grew up with, so I have to put it in A. Like, of course, I still have them, and Sinnoh is just so insanely peak. I remember my mom took me back to the Target to see if they still had the like collectible stylus that you could get with Dialga on the top, and that was a pretty core memory, so I have to throw it up there, even though I know objectively like they're not the best well made, and that's why they made Platinum. So I guess getting into Platinum, that's just my favorite game of all time, so it's just an easy S tier because it fixed a lot of the Diamond and Pearl issues. So basically you're getting peak Sinnoh experience with the Shadow Realm thing. Even the box art just has so much aura. I mean, when you went onto the wall, keep going, and it's like the puzzle of solving that maze and everything, that was just absolutely the funnest thing ever as a kid. I think the addition of Giratina was just insanely good. And Heart Gold, Soul Silver, right behind it. We liked it so much we got it 4 times. I'm just kidding. I have no idea where all 4 of these came from. I know we had 1 each. I played Heart Gold, my brother played Soul Silver. Still have both Pokewalkers that came with the games. This game, I remember just having like a treasure trove of content. You beat the original game, which already is pretty lengthy, and then you go to Kanto and you can play through that entire region. That's actually the first time I played Kanto. This is why I said Fire Red doesn't stand out like hugely to me, because I actually played Fire Red after I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That was the first introduction to Kanto region, which I'd been watching the show and like learning all about for like my entire upbringing, and we didn't know that was going to happen because there was no YouTube and we didn't watch anything about it, so it just kind of happened and we were like, damn, that is really cool. And Red's my favorite trainer, so fighting him at the end is just the best. Shout out Michi for the shirt. I'll throw Black and White OG and A just because I'm going to save Black and White 2 for S. I'll just do it both now. Black and White, it's the same kind of thing as Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Black and White was super fun to play through because it was brand new. I know that's a lot of criticism, is like it's its own thing and it's only Gen 5 in it. And then Black and White 2 added all the old stuff, a lot of the old stuff back, which everyone seemed to like. I think Gen 5 is like the pinnacle of Pokemon graphics for me. I don't need any like new gen graphics. I don't really love when it looks super old school either, so I think that was perfect. The kind of 3D-ish pixel sprites, and then like when you're going over, I think it was Sky Arrow Bridge or whatever the bridge is called, and then the camera pans like over you. I was like, I'd never seen that before in a pixel style game. So that was like mind-blowing. And then when you're running around the city and the camera's following you, that was also mind-blowing. It's just all this stuff that combined to make Gen 5 look really nice. I didn't really love the Gen 5 anime though, is my only criticism of that generation. I think it wasn't as good as Gen 4. And then I guess Gen 6. And then Black and White 2 just expanded on everything that Black and White did. So definitely up there. X and Y. I'll put X and Y and B. I didn't love X and Y. I thought it was okay. Like, it was fun, but it was a little easy. This is when the Pokemon games started getting kind of easy, in my opinion. Maybe it's just because I was getting older and stuff wasn't as hard in these DS, 3DS games, and also this was around the time when I was like becoming a teenager and stuff, and like I don't know, I was kind of losing interest in Pokemon a little bit. Obviously, I still would go back and replay my favorites, but wasn't keeping up with it as much. I just wasn't as attached to it as the other ones. Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, I think I have to put that S. Okay, I think I have to change this. There's too many S tiers, man. I think I'll move Diamond and Pearl down to B, which kind of hurts my feelings a lot, but I think it needs to happen. And then I'll put Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire after Emerald. Maybe I'll just move this here too, just because like those have remakes. And I know this is a remake as well. Dude, I can't decide. I can't decide what configuration I want to do. This is going to be really top heavy. But Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were really, really cool drawbacks. Like when I was getting older, being able to fly around on Latios or Latias and then just redoing Hoenn was really awesome. And then the Primal Mega stuff was pretty cool addition. That was a lot of fun. Sun and Moon is where I kind of lost interest. When did Sun and Moon come out? Yeah, Sun and Moon was kind of rough. This was like... Sun and Moon was like when I was getting older and I kind of lost my Pokemon heavy phase a little bit. So I played it for sure. I still have the box. Like I still have it, but I just didn't play through it or don't have as many memories attached to it. It wasn't by any means a bad game, but I think I'm going to put it in B just because I don't have as much emotional attachment. I know a lot of people love it. I personally don't. And with that, I'll put Ultra Sun. I did not play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I did not have that game. So honestly, I didn't play that one. Pikachu and Eevee, I didn't play. I tried it on my friend's Switch, I think, but this was like around high school and I didn't have a Switch and I didn't really, I don't know, this is kind of just focused on other things. So I didn't play that one. Sword and Shield, I did end up playing after I got a Switch and I do not, okay, I'm not a huge fan of Sword and Shield. I thought the art style was kind of cool. It kind of lost my interest after a while. It looked good, but nothing really stood out. Again, it was like around high school. I wasn't really super tapped into Pokemon at the time. I was focusing on other stuff. Not bad game per se, like I'll get to the next one, but it wasn't like my favorite, you know? It just wasn't that great. But if you like it, no hard feelings. I mean, it's not for me, you know? I don't know if this is the order they released in, but Scarlet and Violet, straight to F. I don't like hating on things that are new just because they're new. I give it a wholehearted chance, and I did. I played through it. I beat it. It just was not good. And if you like Scarlet and Violet, no offense. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I didn't personally. See, like, I get the graphics argument. I'm willing to defend the graphics argument with, like, ZA, kinda. But with Scarlet and Violet, the graphics and performance were just absolutely terrible and unplayable, in my opinion. Especially on the Switch 1. I don't know how it is on Switch 2. I don't really want to go back and replay it. I think the Gen 9 Dex is kind of weak. Like, I don't have a lot of Pokemon that stand out other than like Ceruledge and Lechonk and a couple others. The legendaries in that game are just so bad, man. Like, I get like Koraidon and Miraidon or whatever, but the other legendaries are just awful. Like, not good. And originally I was pretty excited for it because I was excited for the open world concept, and it just got killed by performance issues and bugs and stuff like that. And it wasn't fun to play, in my opinion. BDSP, I'll give it an E. I mean, I like it because it was Gen 4 remake. I don't like it because it wasn't a great Gen 4 remake. I didn't love the chibi style at all. I didn't like a lot of the stuff. I don't know why they didn't just do Platinum. I don't know why it's BDSP. I did really like the Underground, though. I thought that was cool, how you could catch a lot of Pokemon in there. Basically all of them up to Gen 4. I thought that was really sick. I really enjoyed that. And that is probably how I will get most of the Pokemon for Champions, if I need to use them there. Legends Arceus, I'll put an A. Legends Arceus was super fun. If it was optimized for Switch 2, I think it could be S. Like, actually, I think the only thing holding it back was performance. Everything else was super fun. I liked the style. I liked the old schoolness of it. I liked the time period it was set in, and I liked the lore implications with like early Gen 4. I liked the open world. It was all super fun. Had a lot of fun with that game. Final mainline is ZA. I think I'll give ZA high B to ZA. It was fun, but it was like nothing special in my opinion. Like, I liked the new battle style for a while, and then it kind of got old a little bit, but it was fun, and I feel like people hated on it too much on release. I think it definitely had graphical issues, but the base gameplay was pretty fun, and the Pokemon selection was cool. I would have liked it to be a bigger map. I understand the map like changes, it like goes through phases as you progress. It still feels kind of small in my personal opinion, but definitely a solid game. Here's what we're working with right now. I think there's too many in the A tier, but I don't know what I'd move, to be honest, because I think all these games are A tier. Like, I would go back and play them again. I guess I would never go back and replay Black and White or Diamond and Pearl, because I just played Black and White 2 or Platinum. I guess that'd be the same thing with Ruby and Sapphire though, because I just play Emerald. So I don't know. I guess I could bump these down to B. Maybe I'll do that. But like, it feels wrong though. That feels wrong because these are like some of my favorite games from a nostalgia bias. But if I'm trying to be somewhat objective and say like, this game, Diamond and Pearl was not as good as Platinum. And I know that a lot of people like Diamond and Pearl because it was the same one. It was the first one they played, which is kind of how I think about it. I mean, okay, this could be one variant. This could be one version of it. Or I could just move these back up. And then this could be one version of it. I think this S tier list is pretty base. Like, I definitely recommend any of these games to someone who's never played Pokemon. Do a couple of my favorite spin-offs real quick. Explorers of Sky, the best. Pokemon Rumble, the best. And then my favorite Ranger game was Shadows of Almia. Those are my 3 favorite spin-offs. Explorers of Sky, Rumble, Shadows of Almia. Whenever I mention Rumble, I kind of have to show the Rumble Master Set from the TCG version. This came with the board game, and I still have all the cards, which is really cool. It's one of my favorite sets for sure, and I'm really glad I still have it. Oh, and then this is probably one of my other favorite spin-offs. Where is it? And then Battle Revolution's also probably up there. We played this a lot on the Wii, and I remember very vividly trying to set up the integration between the DS and the Wii game, and it was kind of tricky. I think the connection wasn't great back then or something, but probably my top 4 spin-offs. I know I probably missed some. I feel like the spin-offs were always pretty solid up until like a certain point, and then they got kind of iffy. I miss playing these games though. I wonder if anyone would watch me play them, I don't know, live stream or let's play style. I don't know. That sounds kind of fun. I know everyone's gonna have a difference in opinion, so hopefully it wasn't too rage baity if you have a very different opinion from me. If you have played these and these are some of your favorites in the bottom that I've never played, if you can leave a comment saying why you like them, that would be pretty interesting to me, just because of course I've never played them, so it'd be cool to hear why people like those. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great weekend.